So I'd say the biggest one that we've seen is really the rise of containers, is what we call it, as well as enterprise container platforms, solutions like OpenShift, as well as things like Kubernetes, which came out of Google, which is a way to orchestrate containers. So containers are really a way that we can deploy applications in a much simpler and consistent way. The container itself includes all of those libraries and processes that an application needs to run in a given environment. And it greatly simplifies what we used to call environmental differences between development and test and maybe a staging environment. Those things are all packaged within the container that makes it much, much easier to deploy in a much more efficient way. So some of the benefits that we've seen around those recent trends around containers and container orchestration are things like control and speed. The developers can spin up environments as needed in a much more efficient way. Enabling cloud migration. Containers have everything they need to run in a given environment. So if you want to deploy to cloud provider A this week, you can do so. If you decide you need to have an on-premise deployment the next week, that's very easy to do. We also typically see operations and maintenance cost reductions associated with leveraging containers effectively. Historically, we'd have to have large numbers of system administrators to maintain servers in those development and test environments I mentioned earlier. With a container, since everything is concluded and included within that image, it typically reduces the number of staff needed to maintain that infrastructure that the applications ride on.